Hello, everyone, and welcome to yet another edition of Coaching with Ray. You guys might recognize this gentleman that's sitting across from me, Harold. We did a follow-up session today, and I asked if he could share a few words of his experience today. And so, everyone, I present to you Harold.
Hi, everybody. I got Ray to come back to help me today with a follow-up session because I've been discovering that it may not have worked the first time because I've got to my old conditioning because mine was kind of it's been there for so many years, and so I needed more. Again, some people need certain individuals need a repeat or like a lesson all over again to learn something to really get it ingrained in myself, and so that's what's been going on with me, and I think that has been my pattern for learning. I really have to do it more than once. But then the more you do it more than once, then it becomes better. You get better and better, and it becomes a better replacement than what previously was going through.
Well, absolutely, and it's interesting that this has been something that's been happening a lot recently with all of my clients. I have to dispel the myth that it's a one-session cure-all, be-all, do-all.
Yeah.
Learning comes to repetition. And coaching is no exception. A coach doesn't coach one practice and then expect them to be a champion, And this is what this represents, a follow-up. And we will do as many of these sessions as we need to, depending on the severity of the problem. Everyone's problems are different. And the depth of the problem and the complications and sophistication of any problem. So with you today, we went deeper, we went further, and we discovered some things, and we were able to actually take care of those things. In fact, it was tested. One of the things, if you don't mind sharing with everyone, is that whenever there was an ambulance came around, what would happen?
Yeah, prior to this, whenever I heard an ambulance, I associated with it pain, hurt, death. So I would pray every time. And with all that, though, it's been bringing a lot of attention to my own. So I brought home the pain, the hurt, and possibility of the idea of death.
Of death.
Yeah, when the ambulance would pass.
Every time, and this pathway of where you live, it's all the time.
Yeah, it's the main road, so we do get a lot of sirens here.
Yeah.
And I can tell whether it's a cop, fire truck, or ambulance. So my prayers are all different. For the cop, when the cop, I hope that guy didn't shoot nobody.
So the alarm literally create alarm inside of you.
Yeah,
the external alarm create an internal alarm inside of you, like danger.
For the firemen, though, not danger, it's more excitement because I want also, part of me is like I always want to be a fireman. It's because they help people.
Yeah.
Cops out there to kind of maybe diffuse violence, maybe for the most part.
Yeah.
Fireman is more there to help, and so it's ambulance.
So this is how you would process all these variety of sounds. Yeah. And so I worked on it with you. And it was interesting because we're out there and an ambulance passed by, twice in fact, as we were here, and I asked you how did that affect you, and nothing. You didn't go to automatic to praying and feeling the fear and stuff. So I was really happy to hear that, which really proved the test that I needed of the efficacy of the work that we did today.
Yes.
Yeah. So that trigger has been removed and no longer is going to burden you. So that's all we're doing. We're systematically removing the triggers that leads us to spiraling down in our faith and exacerbation of our fears and worries, and which cause really to wreak havoc in our internal bodies and our external lives. Yeah. So that is the approach. And so today was great. We went deep. Yeah. We worked on some stuff.
And I'd like to share also, it's the equivalent of going to somewhere for the first time. You have to, you get the directions at first. So they say, okay, go left, right, and up the hill, then a couple houses down. It's the same like this. You don't get it the first time maybe, but then the next time you go, it becomes easier. Then it becomes easier.
Absolutely.
And then it becomes more like, oh, I know the path.
Absolutely.
You keep going there. So it may not be instantly, because some paths are easy to get there the first time direction, but some you might have to take a few turns in here and there. So it's I think same kind of analogy.
Yeah.
That all depends on the situation, but the more you do it, the better you get.
That's correct. That's correct.
And you be careful because the more you do something bad, it could happen.
That's correct.
Okay, so the coaches there are raised there to help you, guide you. It's like a GPS.
Yeah. And GPS towards success,
Exactly.
well-being, abundance, happiness, joy,
Yeah.
other things that we want.
GPS, like maybe goodness, purposefulness.
We could create that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Good. So thank you, Harold, again for allowing me to work with you on this follow-up. And I look forward to seeing a lot of success, like I do with all the clients that I have. And that's why I chose to start documenting all of this, because when you become a big star on stage somewhere doing the big things, you know, I'll go, you see this guy? He used to be my client. He thinks he's a high maka maka now, but I was with him when he was a nobody. And that's a joke, of course. But you did have Hollywood aspirations, and you've been on stage. You were on what show? Stomp?
Stomp is one of them.
Yeah.
There's a few national commercials. I have my own production company. I've done a lot.
Fantastic.
You know, at my age. So
Yeah.
I've done a lot. At the same time, I know there's a lot more to do.
Yeah.
But then we got hiccups.
Yeah.
Literally, and sometimes bumps here and
Yeah.
there. And sometimes you get to a point where it's a big bump and you get stuck.
Yeah.
So everybody needs help. And
Sure, absolutely.
Everybody needs help.
And that's why I do what I do.
Every human needs help.
Of course, of course.
Yeah.
So my job is to get people like yourself unstuck. Yeah, to get through the hiccups, over the speed bumps, and get back into
Path.
the flow of life.
Yeah, the flow.
Yeah.
It's a great word, flow.
Yeah, I love that word as well. So with that, Harold, thank you so much. And until next time, everyone, thank you for tuning in. And Harold, say bye to the audience out there. Your Hollywood style.
All right.
All right. Aloha, everyone. Take care.